Hey David, um, responding to your post on social interactions online, specifically what Melanie Buffington is stating for redirecting discussions, I found it very interesting that you were looking at how neutral interaction was bulleted and how sometimes people are being talked at. The more I read this particular section, which states on page 101, these students do not engage with others and may seem to be talking at the group rather than interacting with the group, is a neutral interaction response. So when I read that, I remember reading Ricardo's post and how he doesn't really like to interact in message boards. And finally, I also read Andrew's, one of our other colleagues, and he also stated, in 5, 6 different bullet points how you interact and you post, and then by the end you're done with your homework and you don't revert back to looking at someone else's posts. I thought it was interesting that you were talking about how something may be insulting at the same time, but you were also referring to Buffington's way of articulating insults. And just on the fact that you were talking on insults and how someone may be perceived as being insulted when something is being said, I went ahead and looked up the instances of where she talks about responding to students' needs and sometimes how something may be conveniently stated but without making the connection that we've said something to offend someone else, which can be taken as not as a building block. But then again, when Buffington starts talking about the neutral interaction, and she says that these students are interacting socially, they're not doing so in ways that are likely to build new knowledge or to push themselves to think about what they hold beliefs that they do. However, these interactions do build interactions among students and they become meaningful, especially towards the end. That the engagements that students partake in actually build a sense of community. So the more I thought about her, Buffington's point, I thought about our class discussions that we have and how sometimes I may perceive certain individuals in class, like myself primarily, just going around in circles and not being able to give my point because I'm thinking that I'm being judged somehow, or I may not have a good relationship with someone, or maybe I say something and someone else might just, give a gesture or sigh, and I may take that the wrong way. And when I think about it in that sense, I thought maybe that neutral interactions weren't positive, but when I look at how she states it, she makes it seem like it's super positive. And so now I have a new perspective and how I actually look at neutral interactions. They're more of a sense of building, which enable me to think about how other people think and allow me to process their experiences of saying things and making my connections based on my background experiences to actually come up and be able to help someone else, because innately we're all similar. Externally, yes, we're different, based on gender, status, disability, looks, and we all in the Western culture strive for being different. But ultimately, like one of my professors, Dr. Chen, would say, he's realized that over the years that we are really, really similar, biologically speaking, psychologically speaking. There is something that holds us together as a community in being similar. So that's my post to your comment. I figured that instead of just writing something, it would be comparable for me to actually do a video and respond in the same modality that you did. All right, thank you and take care. Bye.